We want to thank them for giving up their spare time to help the STEM education by getting everything set up for today. Now, as you go about your day, we hope that the guests who are with us today and that the students who are competing can take a moment somewhere along the way and just to say thank you to all of these volunteers for making this thing happen.
Thank you.
Let's give her a round of applause. As always with any event, also with the volunteers that help out, there's someone that needs to be the inspiration and lead the program, and for something that's never happened before, I think this is pretty amazing. I'd like to bring up to the podium to talk for a moment or two just about the entire event, and he's going to recognize some of the folks behind the scenes who have also been instrumental in making this happen, and he's the reason that I'm here today. I know a lot of you guys are involved with Science Bowl. I first met this gentleman through the Science Bowl, and I'm proud to introduce at this time Mr. Steve Curtis.
We put together this whole program. It started from Ed Patrick's and I sitting over a cup of coffee thinking, wouldn't this be a cool thing to do? Okay, and in 8 months we're here, and I'm really amazed. And I want to go through and I want to tell you what some of these volunteers have done. Okay, I'd like to get Ed Patrick's up here. Ed, I think you guys know. Program and the teacher for all these students you see in front of you. He's one of the co-founders of SkyPod Challenge. Ed has executed his calling as an educator to prepare and inspire the students to compete in SkyPod Challenge. He has spent many of his off-duty hours planning and coordinating public outreach and community service projects. He is the inspiration behind SkyPod Challenge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick.
SkyPod Challenge. And as that, he's the technical director for the competition today. And he has established the autonomous portion of this competition. I don't know if you guys know how many hours Mr. Thomas has spent doing this, but it's numerous hours, and I know you guys have all seen him in your classes many times. So he's the inspiration for teaching the nuances of programming and the design aspect of the UAS program. So I want you guys all to help me thank and welcome Al Thomas.
Mr. Al Thomas!
Oliver, your turn. Come on up. I want to bring up Oliver Hammers. Oliver Hammers has been a true inspiration to this community for everything STEM. And he's started a numerous number of nonprofit organizations and things like that. But for our organization, he's the president of SkyPod Challenge. And he has worked tirelessly to establish our bylaws and develop the process for SkyPod to become a nonprofit organization. He's also worked tremendously hard behind the scenes to help us get sponsors and help us get other kinds of help that we need. So please, when you see Oliver today, say thank you, but I want you to give him a round of applause right now. Joanne Leonard. Where's Joanne? There's Joanne, all right. Joanne is the secretary-treasurer of SkyPod Challenge, but she does so much more than that. She was instrumental in establishing the administrative support to make SkyPod work, and she's deeply involved in sponsorship relations and the planning and logistics for SkyPod Challenge. Those are very few words that cannot overemphasize the amount of work that Joanne does behind the scenes to make this work. She's truly inspiring, so please thank Joanne.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Fernando couldn't be with us today, but you guys know Mr. Fernando, right? Mr. Fernando, we work tirelessly with you to develop professional qualities and business acumen in your efforts through the coaching and grading of business plans. So for those of you who don't know, each one of these teams had to produce and write a business plan. If you ever tried that before, you know it's kind of onerous. And their plans really work. They have thought this in great detail, and so you're going to probably see some businesses come out of these plans that these students have written. And Fernando organized that and instrumented it. And he and his company dedicated numerous hours of training and certifying pilots and speaking to the students in their classroom. So let's give Fernando, even though he's not here, let's give him a round of applause. Ginger here? Ginger Zane? No, Ginger's here somewhere. Is she?
She's out by the desk.
Okay, go bring her in, would you please? Thank you. Yes. Edwin Nichols. I think you've seen Edwin around today. Edwin is our sponsor advocate. So any of the sponsors you see today is largely because of Edwin's efforts to come in. And he has spent numerous hours with sponsors to secure their support and to ensure that they are appreciated for it. So Edwin has spent some time behind the scenes to ensure we have the meals for Skybot today. You'll see your lunch wagon pull up. And Edwin has worked numerous hours with sponsors. As you know, sponsors really need a lot of care and things. So let's thank Edwin for all his work. So is Marty here? Marty Baldwin. So Marty was instrumental in organizing logistics and building targets for the competition. There's your sprint targets, thanks to Marty. Marty is also instrumental in adding the A that comes with STEAM. If you guys don't know that, that means arts. Marty's going to put together the program to bring the UAV aspect to the arts in STEAM, and you'll see some of that in the future. So let's thank Marty for all his great work. Probably the most important group of this whole thing is the Skyworks Aerial Systems, and their co-founder and co-president is Jennifer Zhang. So please, come on. She's, like I said, the founder and one of the co-owners of Skypel Aerial Services. Yeah, I know you have seen her around. Okay, and she's provided advertising on a level of about $20,000 for this event, thanks to her efforts within the advertising community. And that is our only diamond sponsor for this event. So let's have a little bit of round of applause for that. Designing our 2016 strategy, which you'll be hearing about soon, and has taken the lead in our marketing approach. So Ginger's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Thank you very much, Ginger. Appreciate it. These targets, you notice they're green and white? Guess whose color is green and white? Rancho High School. Rancho High School built these targets for us to enjoy today, all on their own labor. Let's hear it for Rancho High School. There's some students here today also from Northwest Career Technical Academy, who's put together much of the audio-video system you see here. Spent, what would have took me probably 3 days. They did it all yesterday in a couple hours. Put this all together for you. And they're also working on the scoring program and things like that. So they have done a lot of work behind the scenes. Let's hear it. Give it up for Northwest. And I know you've heard of Clark High School. Clark High School has 2 students here doing, helping us with the judging. So it's another high school that's really giving their time and helping us out, Clark High School. Come on up. Dave is the magic man behind Emeryville Aeronautical University, and I wanted you guys to know who he is, okay? Dave has worked on unmanned aircraft systems adventure, I guess we could call it, in Nevada for the last 3 years, and now he's with ERAU. You want to say a little bit about ERAU?
Thank you very much. It's great to see the guys from Rancho here. That's one of our dual enrollment schools with the aviation magnet going on down there. Out the back door right over there today, we have the Embry-Riddle Experience. It's out kind of where the garbage cans are and back. It's a place we can fit that was close. We have a big semi-truck back there with simulators inside there. Lots of cool stuff to come look at. So please go back over there and check us out, and you can see what we're doing in the way of unmanned systems with Embry-Riddle. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Okay, let's have one more round of applause for all the board of directors and all the volunteers that have been doing today. Okay, we get back to the real star of the show, Nate. It's always Sonny Tannenbaum.
Thank you, Stephen. No, you're going to be back in just a minute because the story of what was going on behind the scenes to make this all happen is a great story, and Steve's going to tell that in just a second. But I know we're getting a lot of applause, we're getting a lot of thanks, but there's another group that needs to be thanked today. They are the judges for the Skybound Challenge. Truly the most difficult volunteer position. Now, the judges have listened to presentations from each and every team, and they've got the tough job not only of seeing what happens during the competition today, but there are also 9 different categories of awards. So thank you again, judges, for the Skybound Challenge!